What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Retro Hoop Collectibles. We are doing our weekly PSA update on how they're getting along with grading and their backlog and all that good stuff. If you have not seen the first episode of this series, where I explain a little bit more in depth some of the things that are part of this calculation, how I made some assumptions to fill in some gaps in the data, I'll link that in the description, and then I'll also link it up at the top here. You should check that out because it's got a lot more of the information on there. Also, if you have not already, follow me at Retro Hoop Breaks on Instagram, and then also follow at Collect 3D Prints also on Instagram. Oh, that's kind of cool, little Boba Fett. And also check them out at collect3dprints.com. So what we do here is we have cases for your slabs so that you can protect and display, much like I have my Barcelona stuff here, and then everything behind me. Lucas, Jordans, all that good stuff. You can check them out and order some. And yep, that's pretty much it. So let's get into the data for this week. But before, actually, you know what? We'll do the data first, because complete through dates is usually what we go through. Complete through dates first. But what we'll do is we'll look at the data first, because complete through dates is kind of the topic of discussion this week, because they've updated to the new complete through dates. Now, ending 7/11 on July 11th, PSA almost did 190,000 cards for the week, 37,000 for the for the week, 37,000 average a day, which I think that's the highest. Oh, almost. It's the second highest that they've ever done. So they did 189,279, and they did 189,046 this week. So, I mean, big jumps. Like I said, I'm anticipating they're going to stay around that 180,000 mark for weekly output. And I honestly don't know how much that's going to be affecting the catch-up date. But again, ever since they announced that they're not really looking to get caught up as much as they are looking to just get going on the backlog, I think it's important to... I don't really think it's that important to look at the catch-up date anymore. So like all the data that I had down here regarding the catch-up date, I mean, I'll still update it, because I think, just the group, as we're looking at this, we've already made some assumptions about what they have in terms of backlog. But, we're still very much looking at them not being fully caught up until end of next year, going into this year. So I'm not too worried about it anymore, because PSA is not worried about it anymore. And so it's because of that I'm just I'd like to keep an eye on the data, obviously, just to kind of see what they've been doing recently. But as far as these estimated catch-up dates and stuff like that, I think I'll still update it, because I know some of you like really follow the dates themselves just to see what's what. But still, I mean, we're looking at September of this year to be fully caught up. If they had a 4 million card backlog, which we know that's not to be true, we know that's probably around the 8 to 10 million card backlog when this whole thing first started. So we're still looking at, January of next year, as late as March of next year, before they're fully caught up with their orders. So, some of you guys are getting big orders back. Some of you guys are getting, your cards back that you like put in like October, November of last year. So that's a good sign. I mean, but still 190,000 almost. Second largest output since we've been monitoring this thing since way back in April, since April began. So, and again, the big hitters always basketball and football. Man, football actually did more than basketball did this week. So, pretty interesting, because as we're coming up on the football season, maybe cards getting submitted, but or maybe cards getting finished, getting done. that are all football cards. So, yeah, pretty big. See, last month, that last week they actually did more football cards than basketball cards by just a little bit, but this one, I mean, by almost 200,000 cards. Is that right? 5202. Oh no, not much. Okay, yeah. So it jumped about 8,000. It jumped about 20,000 cards, 26,000 cards. So I mean, still, we're to the point now to where they're getting up there. So let me see, equals minus that. Nope, that's not what we wanted. That minus that. There we go. Let's see who did the most. Yeah, no, I was off there. I don't know what I was looking at. Oh, you know what? I just think overall. I was looking at overall. I should have been looking at just the delta, but nope, still basketball. Basketball still king. They still did a lot more basketball cards than anything else. So 73,000 basketball cards, 50,000 baseball cards, and 26,000 football cards. So pretty big difference. TCG still in the 20,000 range. So not too bad. But yeah, just another big week for PSA. I mean, they're really grinding it out. So the other thing that I wanted to take a look at was the complete through dates. So if you guys jump on their website at all and look at the complete through dates, you'll notice that complete through dates had another bit of data. And this is something that I had mentioned originally when they made their announcement back in June about the complete through dates. And they try to give some additional context. I'll link that video in the description as well, because I went a little bit in depth on that as well. But they have complete through dates and percentage of complete through date month completed. So if we look at regular, for example, the complete through date for regular is March 14th, 2021. But 96% of March is complete. So that means that they could be, I mean, that date can jump pretty quick. So if we look at, let me see if I open up, which I usually have up already. So if I look at last week's dates. All right, well, that's not going to work. Let's just do it like this because we already know what that is. So walkthroughs was June 29th. It's now July 8th. Express last week was March 8th. Now it's March 14th, but 96% of March is complete. So at any given moment, when they get that last order from March that's still dangling around in there from the 14th, this can jump from the 14th all the way up to April potentially, which, it's a good thing. Economy, it says complete through, which is, I'm assuming, in the system, right? So they have all economy orders in the system now. That's what it looks like. Collector Club voucher, ultra modern value is October, but they have 95% of October complete. See, this one jumped up a few days, but stayed pretty flat. Volume modern is flat. That modern and vintage is where they're getting probably killed. That's what's probably going to be the majority of of what's sitting there, is value and modern and vintage. Sorry, and then quarterly specials. I mean, they're not moving at all, and 97% of the quarterly specials are in August. If I'm not mistaken, though, if I remember correctly, I think quarterly specials are like really. I think one was like any Jordan 90s Jordan era stuff. Was like a quarterly special, and then I think they running like a baseball special from like the 60s or something like that. So I can see those types of cards maybe requiring a little bit more time and maybe even research, to try to figure out and get graded and all that stuff. But I'm happy to see that they started doing this completion percentage of complete through date month completed. Because it just gives you a sense, right? So like even if you're stuck here ultra modern somewhere, yeah, it's October 2020, but they got the majority of October completed. It's just a few of those straggler orders or those really complicated orders or maybe massive bulk orders from these, big group submission guys that are in there, And I think they said it in their release that it can be anything from payment issues to shipping issues to verifying addresses and stuff like that, where they could be holding up an order, and some of those orders could be on the 12th, while they're already working on orders in November and in December even, so but it kind of is what it is. It's not the best way to be transparent about what their backlog is and how long it's taking them to do stuff, but at bare minimum it's giving you a much better look and a much better view, which I guess it's an improvement, right? Because before we didn't have shit. We didn't have nothing. All we had was a 20-day sub was taking you 6 months. A 90-day sub was taking you 10 months. Like, you had no idea whatsoever. And I suppose this is a step up, right? So, but mine, I believe, are sitting in this modern, and ours were subbed like in December, if I'm not mistaken. So I still got a long way to go before I ever see my Hakeem Olajuwons ever again. It is what it is. I wish I could call them up and say, hey, can you send me my cards back? I'll just send them to SGC and get them back in a week. But that's not the case these days anymore. So anyway, I think this is good. This is good information, and they actually do a pretty decent job of if you click on that little link, understanding complete through dates and batch FIFO. They have some pretty good explanations there in that post. But again, not really much movement, but it's good to see the complete through percentages for the month. So hopefully we'll start seeing those move around. I did go ahead and take the snapshots for this a day late because I wanted to see this, and then I'll be tracking. So now not only will we be tracking the complete through dates, we'll also be tracking the percentage of complete through date month. So hopefully we'll start seeing some movement there that'll make everybody feel a little bit better about where their cards are. So I'm not holding out. I'm not holding my breath. I'm just considering my Olajuwons to be on vacation, and they'll be back whenever they're ready. So, but I think that's it. That's going to do it. Thank you to everybody who has been watching. Thank you to everybody who joined us for the live stream. I want to schedule another one for next week sometime, so that we can do a live stream. That was fun as hell. I appreciate everybody. I'm also going to do just another video about the grading data that I pulled that we went over in the live stream, but I want to do a video, 15-20 minute video, just kind of going over everything. Because I don't think everybody wants to sit there and watch the whole live stream all over again. So I'll just do a good video. But I am going to do another live stream for another thing that we got going on that once that comes back from grading, we'll go through that. But I appreciate you guys watching. We're trying to do a little bit of updating. You may notice the camera looks a little bit different. I'm using an older DSLR now instead of my webcam. And then we got a little bit of lighting in here, so hopefully things are lit up a little bit better. It looks a little nicer. I hopefully got my sound issues fixed with the audio, so hopefully you hear me a little bit better. And hopefully this is going to be the setup we're going to be using going forward. So at any rate, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the links in the description for all the affiliate stuff for Card Hedger. If you want to go to cardhedger.com, I have an affiliate link for that. And then I have an affiliate link in the description for this bad boy right here. And then also check out Collect 3D Prints, as it's my brother's business. So appreciate the support there. At any rate, that's all. That's going to do it. I love you guys. Peace.